At the recent Harness Breeders Victorian Awards Day, which I was lucky enough to be able to live stream and broadcast out for participants, one of the great stories I thought for the day was the win of Maajida in the 4-year-old mares. Thought, why not go straight to the top and have a chat with Stevie Johnson. Firstly, Steve, hello, mate.
G'day, Paul. How are you?
I'm awesome. How are you going?
It's bloody freezing down here in Wagga at the moment, so other than that, all healthy, all good.
I think unless you're in New Zealand or far north Queensland, it's freezing. Otherwise, everyone else is gone. It's no good at all.
Yeah, in Queensland, it's not much drop, too wet there at the moment.
Yep, absolutely. I said there before, the 4-year-old mares, and I'll throw the poster up over there, the daughter of Sun Beach somewhere out of Arterial Way, and Aunt Major Mare herself. The greatest thing actually this one doesn't have it on it, unfortunately. This is a tile that doesn't have it on it. I must say a huge well done to Desiree Pettit Keating for acknowledging the breeding of this horse. Before we go on to anything about what she done and all the rest, Atworthy Park are the Johnson boys. There is now only 3, but at the time of the breeding of this mare, there was 4 of you, and it was great that Harness Breeders Victoria acknowledged that in their promotion of their awards day.
Definitely. When I saw the nominations come out and then read down the bottom, I think went breeders, Ian, Gary, Stephen, and the late Les Johnson. So I tweeted that out, just thrilled that he still gets mentioned and still remembered by people in power, I'd suggest. We're only little battlers at the Rock, so still remember our dad. Yeah, it's fantastic, and this was his first Group 1 as an owner. On the weekend, we just saw, we remember, won the regional challenge.
Oh, yep.
In Sydney.
Yep.
With Trevor White. That was his first Group 1 ever after 40, 50 years as well. So, yeah, to remember Dad, brilliant.
I still remember those scenes, and I did go scurrying to see if I could find something. I couldn't find them, but fair to say the 4 of yous gave the grandstand at Melton a fair testing to see if it was structurally sound. That's fair enough, isn't it? I can get away with being that cheeky.
Yeah, we'll let you off this time, only because talking about a good horse. But yeah, you can rubbish us. That was good. That video, I've got a copy of it. Magnificent. The scenes of Mum was there as well. Mum hardly ever comes to the trots. She doesn't like horses all that much, but we're all there. The very first one. I wish every single person could get that experience. If you got that experience, you would never leave the industry. You would just stay. It was magnificent.
And the beauty of that day, one, especially you got the video to capture something like that with your dad, but you guys become infectious off that everyone else, I think the people around 3rd and 4th are like, who cares? We run a place behind these guys that are out there, and absolutely, like you were very, very infectious. And I think that's the one thing I get so frustrated with harness racing. I think we forget about the stories and what certain things mean to people when they happen, and it's all about the punt. Whereas that day had nothing to do with the punt, nothing to do with how much prize money you guys won. It was just the fact that you were all there, able to enjoy something very, very special.
And that's 100% correct. It was just all the raw emotions of doing it with our family. Well, it's like justification that finally it come true, that what we believed in that we could achieve, and to have that up, and it's just an amazing feeling. And we have battlers. Like I'm at work now, we work day shifts and then battle out on the farm with Mum and Dad, and we've stuck by Mum and Dad on the rice farm to Queensland, back to Quinny, and just all of us there. What a thrill. Never forget it.
How big a thrill was it to win the Mare of the Year, aged Mare of the Year for the Harness Breeders Victoria? I think sometimes we undersell a lot of these achievements.
Oh, and that's just incredible. With Maajida, what she's achieved for us and for herself. Like, to win the Triple Crown of the Vicbred, no mare filly's ever done that, and then to get crowned the full aged mare for Harness Breeders, brilliant, magnificent for her.
I think it flies under the radar a little bit too. Like as you said, then the Triple Crown, 2, 3, 4-year-old to sweep the series for the Vicbreds. it has been done before. I think it was Cole Bruce for Noel Shin actually has a unique record. He actually done it 4 times because they had the rerunning of the 4-year-old. So he's actually been able to achieve it 4 times. But I think Cole Bruce and Maajida are about the only 2 horses that have been able to actually do it for all 3 years.
Yeah, well, she's only mare to do it, but to do that's incredible effort. To back yourself up, you could be a brilliant 2-year-old, you might get injured, things go amiss, better horses come on the scene. But to get a trifecta, well, that stamps you as one of the best up there.
Absolutely. You guys, Atworthy Park, I've been to your farm before, and it's a beautiful farm. It is a beautiful part of the world. You say the Rock, and that is actually, anyone that might be watching, I suppose, outside of the Riverine, or even a lot of Victorians do know about the Rock, but the Rock actually is the area. It's a rock that people go hiking up, and it's no Ayers Rock by any stretch of the imagination, but it's quite a beautiful part of the world, isn't it?
Oh, it's magnificent. Yeah, the Rock's an actual township, but it's only a small township, 30 kilometres south of Wagga. So and they've got a walking trail up through the national park there up to the top. It takes probably 2 hours to get to the top. So Mum and Dad's farm is all sort of borderline. You're in Quinny, the Rock, so but we just know that mail address is the Rock, so that's what we go under.
You guys, you breed half a dozen mares, maybe a year?
Yeah, look, we've only got about 6 to 9 mares that we breed each year, and not all get in foal, and then you have the misfortunes sometimes during foaling. So we've only got probably 5 or 6 foals each year on the ground. So
but the 3 of yous now, and actually, Mum, your passion, and we just lost him. He's back. He's back. We got to see the back of the computer just then. It's okay. But your passion for the industry, and then also being able to follow your stock, everyone, including your kids that are coming through, that passion, it's something that's shared through, isn't it?
It definitely is. It's like all other breeders. When they leave your farm, and I've heard with your other interviews, it's like a sad day. You take them to yearling sales, but that doesn't stop there, because you closely follow them. You've got them in your black book, and you're watching, and you're ringing the trainers, and you just want to, you need them to do well, and you want them to do well, because that means your breeding program's working. So it's just a thrill the whole way through.
Yeah, it is. And like you said, the 3 of you still keep a job. Is there a goal for Atworthy Park? Like, do you guys want to get to a certain level, or are you happy to just go the way you are at the minute?
No, definitely, because with passing of Dad, we've all got jobs in town, so we've now realised how much work goes into it. So it's not just turning up and collecting awards or winning a race. It's the work that goes into it. So we can't physically be out there in the mornings and afternoons. We've got our own lives to live, sort of. So we've got 650 acres. So we're probably going to look at the lines of adjustment.
Yep.
We've never, ever had anyone else's horses on our property. It's always just been Atworthy, but we've got to look at some avenues to expand our breeding industry or breeding operation, so that we can possibly leave our day jobs and fully concentrate on the harness industry.
Wow, that'll be cool. You guys might be at the
It'd be awesome, and all 3 of us would be there, and and looking after Mum. Mum's getting old as well, and she's just out in the farm by herself.
That's great news for the industry and the local area. You're just out of Wagga. What would you be, 20 minutes out of Wagga?
Yeah, it's probably 25 minutes from Wagga, from the centre of Wagga. So it's not a far journey. And you've got Charles Sturt University and other brilliant vets that can do on-farm services as well. So it's just different things we've got to look at.
It's a big enough breeding area, with Euroby a little bit at the minute up in the air too. Possibly makes it a bit smaller if Euroby doesn't continue, or it depends on what happens there. But the actual breeders in the area are very passionate, all get along terrifically well too, don't you? Like if someone's in the area, they'll make a phone call and say such and such is here. Like I know that's happened to me a couple of times.
Oh, it's magnificent. Even we joked when we went to Nutrien Melbourne sale this year, and they had the parade on. I reckon half the auditorium there was all Riverina breeders. So, and we all get along in this industry. You've got to get along. If you know a little secret, well, don't let it be a secret. Let other people in, and so they can get success. I don't know. It's just the way us boys always are. Where anyone wants to know anything, they just ring us, ask us, we'll tell them whether we know or not.
One of the great things, Steve, about the award was it's a Harness Breeders Victoria. You're 4 hours from me. You're about 3 hours across the river, which is called the Mare. And it's a little small tributary there that divides Victoria and New South Wales. So you're fairly well entrenched as New South Welshman. You foal your horses down in Victoria because of the Vicbred and the Vicbred schemes. It's something that you guys are very, very passionate about, isn't it?
Definitely. We've always been more so Victorian, the Vicbred, and make sure that any progeny that we can is definitely Vicbred. So we've always been passionate towards the Victorian industry.
You must be wrapped, though, with the New South Wales announcements just recently.
It's all exciting, isn't it? Like, people can speak doom and gloom, but Queensland have come out, they've improved, and it wasn't that long ago. They were in dire straits. They've gotten stronger. New South Wales getting stronger. Victoria going to get stronger. It's just great for everyone.
And it is good for the industry, and it's infectious. And from a Victorian, I love the fact that you guys support us because you raise quality animals, and then you're part of the Vicbred scheme. And I think that's great. You're able to win these awards, but it's probably one of those things that I reckon the likes of John Dumsey and those guys need to sit up and have a look and say, well, hang on, we still haven't quite got it right because this is happening. And I know there's a few other people in the area that sort of do the same thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think if they can all collaborate a bit and also get behind each other and work off on what works best with you in your state, and try and adopt it, change it a little to suit New South Wales, suit Queensland, suit Victoria. There's no us and them. It should be we're all in it together and work together.
No, definitely. Now, we're going to change tact a little bit because there is a two-part reason. But the main reason, I will be honest, I'll make sure I put it on the right way. The main reason for the chat was to congratulate you guys. And I'm fortunate enough I do quite a little bit with you. Quite a little bit. That's an interesting little faux pas there.
I don't like the word unfortunate.
Yeah, well, there's two sides of that. But every time I go to Wagga, I look forward to potentially catching up with you guys. If I get out of there without catching up to you, well, it's sometimes a bonus. But no, it's not always. No, I shouldn't say that. You said there before about Nutrien. You've enjoyed the Nutrien experience for 2 years now, and going. The Winter Woolies sale is on at the minute as we speak. Is this your first time step into the online sales?
Into the Winter Woolies, or probably in the past we may have.
Yeah,
one or two, but it went to Woolies. It's just a great event and good opportunity to increase and improve stocks. Gives everyone an opportunity.
Yeah, it does indeed, and that's one of the things, turning stock over, which is one thing all these breeders do. When you listen to them, they all do the same thing. Yep. You've got two horses in this. The first one is lot number 54, where it's actually good that they came in the order they did, because the second one is a real kicker. But this first horse here, Alta Vista, she's a Derman 9 foals, 3-year-old and older, 7 have raced, 6 wins, including 5-star Anvil. Let's Elope was just a beautiful horse himself as well. Yep. Really, really nice family. And this horse is in foal, or last start, yeah, positive in foal to always.
Yep, positive in foal.
In foal to always be Mickey. Reasons for selling him, Steve?
Just what I tried to elaborate a bit. We've changed some of our goals, and we need to generate some income to, say, achieve those goals. So it's not offering, I won't say poor stock, but this mare's, you just read out, just look at the family, superstar family. So it gives someone an opportunity to have a real crack at this industry, but it also gives us a chance to generate some good income, so then we can aim towards our other goals.
It's a great family. It's immediate family. Like I said, Let's Elope, he was a chestnut gelding. I didn't realise he was by Real Desire, but trained by Brent Lilly, and he was a ripping horse. He was. The races here weren't run to suit him when he came out here. It was in the COVID times initially, and that's, I think, held him back a little bit. But just a lovely horse with a great finishing burst. But then you go to that second family, the second dam, Bally Hanover. She's the mother of Alto Calypso, Millie Perez. But then you got a horse that's so current in Seb's Choice. It's just a ripping family that's so current, isn't it?
Oh, definitely, and it's keeps just getting stronger each year. So it's a great opportunity and we're not asking big dollars for her either, but it's just a good opportunity to get into something. If you had a filly, well, you then probably keep that yourself, and away you go on the breeding industry, let alone on what that filly could do on the racetrack.
Now, we talk about Maajida there before, and lot number 67 is a half-sister to Maajida by Betting Line, who, of course, is a Bettor's Delight horse. This must be a tough one for you guys to put up on the market.
Well, it is, and she's one start, one win at Mare. Went down to Bath's Carnival, but she got some travel sickness, so she didn't race in that carnival. And then she's currently in the paddock at the moment, having a break. But well, her family speaks for herself, and to be a winner already for one start, you're going to get into a great family. You're going to have British Challenge eligible. You get your first New South Wales win bonus as well. Before a few starts, and you'll have your money back, and then away you go.
How old is she at the minute, Steve?
She's 3-year-old.
She's still 3-year-old, yeah. So she won that one race earlier this season.
Yeah. Had that early in the season, and just pulled up a little bit tall, so had a few weeks off, and then drove down to Bathurst, but then got some travel sickness. So we said, but we're keeping a Captain Treacherous filly.
Yep.
Out of Artura Way.
Yep.
So we've just weaned her off, and we can't keep them all. Otherwise, so you move this on, again, generates good income for us, and then we'll launch into something else.
Yeah, and you're right. And one of the, I'm fortunate enough, I talk to a lot of breeders that I suppose start off at the bottom end, if you like, and then continue to grow and just change their breeds. The one thing they do, they sell horses with currency, and this horse here it's a terrific change. I didn't realise it's actually also a racing proposition. So it's if people want to race it, that's
Well, if she doesn't sell on, when's it close? Sunday. Well,
it's Monday night.
She'll be back in work Tuesday.
Yep. Hey, has she got a reserve on? People are going to. I don't want to know the reserve, but has she?
Yeah.
Yep. So.
You want me to tell you? I can tell you.
Well, it's up to you. No, don't tell them. People can make their way and all the rest. No, we'll leave it at that. So there's a lot of juries out. I do a lot of stuff in this breeding world, and some people say your reserves. Other people say don't. If people are fair income, they want to get in touch with you guys. The phone number is on there. Whose phone number is that one? That's yours. That's Steve.
Mine.
That's Steve Johnson. I can actually remember that. So his phone number is there.
I don't know if you can remember it.
Yeah, it's on 3 3s. So I'm not.
I don't know.
Yeah, no. The rest of it, I might ring the wrong person. But it's a unique opportunity to get into a cracking family. And Maajida, hopefully for you guys, continues to race for a few more years yet. But she's going to hit the breeding barn as well, and she's only going to improve the catalogue when she goes to the breeding barn. So this is a huge opportunity for people.
Yeah, and when we first started out, our first one was 14,000 as a yearling, and that's what got us boys going. And we've just slowly turn them over, buy into what you can afford, and these two lots definitely affordable. We're not talking astronomical money.
Yep.
People will be surprised that, geez, have a good look, do the research, watch the run at Mare and as. Yeah, and she'll be back in work as soon as the sale's over if she's still in our hands.
Basically what you said, she's a legit sale. She's for sale for legit purposes. You're going to put her in, but it's a good opportunity. You were also saying earlier about the direction the farm's heading in, that you guys are actually going to look at doing more as far as breeding proposition. So you need that cash flow, which is reality.
That's exactly it. Like, well, I'm just at the council here, so not on astronomical money, but you just got to do what you can to make it all work. And we want to be together, and we want to be with supporting Mum for the rest of her life. So, and that's what we've done all our lives. Done it all together. You
might want to tell the council they need to upgrade their uniform and get in touch with the safety specialist. Safety specialist. Hey, Daz Aiken.
The safety specialist, like Daz, I don't know. I think he might be too busy.
Yeah, okay? Everyone's going to be saying cash for comments. Trust me, I don't get nothing for nothing off Big Daz other than a sore hand. Unlike yourselves, that when you shake my hand, you don't hurt my hand at all, do you?
No, we look after you.
Yeah, I know.
We like looking after you.
Yeah, I duck the head and drive past a rock at 100 mile an hour, so that'll always be my defence.
You're just lucky you can get out of the rock.
Oh, yeah, indeed. Anyone want to know the Winter Woolies, go to nutrienequine.com. Hit the Winter Woolies 2022. You'll be able to follow the catalogue. Type in Atworthy for the consigners. If you want to slim it down, you'll find these two horses. But 54 is an Art Major and 57 is a betting line, but more importantly, out of arterial way. The main reason for the conversation, though, mate, was to congratulate you guys with Maajida. I think what you've been able to achieve is sensational. You guys have had a lot of fun, even through the COVID times. Like you've been able to have a lot of fun, and hopefully for you guys, she'll continue because she could be Australia's best mare, for a couple more years yet. Like she's exciting what she has to offer.
She could be because she hasn't had a lot of racing and a lot of starts, not enough races around. But she's hopefully going to go up to the Brisbane Carnival, and we'll see how we go up there. But I from all us Johnsons, like being Hans Brandon, Victoria, Paul, yourself, the show that you put on for the award ceremony, that was brilliant. Ian and I were just driving back from Bathurst watching it. All the work they do is magnificent. That's why we'll always support them.
It was indeed. I thought I was going to lose my hat. Did you think Nick Hooper was going to try and take the hat home?
Actually, I voted for Nick.
Oh, you did not?
I thought he looked good in it.
We're not going there, Steve. Steve Johnson and the Atworthy boys, thank you very much. One, for joining me, and two, making harness racing so much fun. I must say, what you guys do is it's infectious. If you don't know them, don't be scared to go up and talk to them. Don't pick on them because they will threaten you with death. But other than that, let's go up and meet the boys. There we go to the top of the computer again. That's twice we've seen the top of the computer. You're getting a bit stage shy.
Yeah. I'm trying to do work, mate. We work hard.
Pardon me. Steve, thank you very much. But congratulations to the three of you, and also a special mention to Dad there as well. I think... and I will say again, well done to Harness Breeders Victoria, because I had nothing to do with that. I just think that was awesome that they acknowledged Dad in the breeding. I know he was actually a part of it, but to see it there in writing is pretty key.
Oh, it's just brilliant. Dad sold it the very first, I think it was Osco or Foster's yearling sale. So Dad was right there from the beginning. So, and for them to acknowledge him, well, yeah, we love him. We love Harness Breeders Victoria. We just can't get enough of all these people. So.
Awesome. Stevie Johnson, thanks very much, mate.
Righto, take care.